Over the last 14 years, Hyundai have proven to 3.5 million Australian football fans that we are passionate supporters of the game in Australia. From our Goals for Grassroots program and the Hyundai A-League, right through to the Socceroos. But then, every 4 years, the biggest tournament on the globe arrives, the FIFA World Cup. And for these 4 weeks, the World Cup draws in a whole new audience of fans. In fact, our research discovered 22% of self-described non-football fans tune in to watch the world's best. Plus, all the football fans who don't follow the Hyundai A-League means that we had a new audience of 4.5 million people to engage with and convert into full-time fans of the Hyundai A-League and Hyundai. We knew a one-size-fits-all campaign approach wouldn't work for these different sets of fans, so we created 2 separate campaigns. One specifically targeted to core football fans and one for the bandwagon audience. Our insight into the bandwagon audience was that the majority of this audience were fans of other big Aussie sporting codes, but when the World Cup comes around, they love jumping on board and embracing the beautiful game, even if it's just for 4 weeks. As the brand that loves football, we wanted to encourage and give permission for fans to do what we knew they would. Give football a go. Our campaign, Have a Fling with Football, was born. To help attract fans from other codes, we brought iconic ambassadors from cricket, AFL and rugby and showed that it was okay to put your other code on hold for football. We launched with a cross-network TV commercial of these guys jumping in on football.
Every 4 years this starts happening. Come on, Flem, it's just not cricket.
And supported it with a dedicated website, targeted social media and national press release. To keep the conversation going throughout the tournament, we encouraged everyone to share their own football flings on Instagram and Twitter. Australia got really creative with our call to action. Over 1,800 Aussies uploaded a photo or video, giving our campaign earned reach of 13 million impressions. The most creative entry, Jim Tekis from Melbourne, took home our prize of a brand new i30SR. And rather than just shout about it ourselves, we enlisted the help of some of Australia's best social influencers to have their own football fling in their own authentic way. They painted a Kona, took football to the waves at Bondi and got a bulldog supporting the Socceroos. We also promoted our Fling campaign through our broadcast partnership with SBS, keeping fans entertained with our Hyundai-sponsored off-the-pitch daily segments and brand shout-outs in broadcast. SBS, along with thousands of Aussies, joined us as we organised 3 truly unique live viewing events to support the Socceroos. We gave Carlton Aussie Rules fans the chance to swap their Blues tops for green and gold in Melbourne. Created one of the Southern Hemisphere's most unique screenings by giving the North Sydney Olympic pool a fling with football. And swapped out every piece of rugby memorabilia for Socceroos pitches at the Caxton pub in Queensland, giving Heartland Rugby League territory the tools to have their football fling. But by celebrating non-fans jumping on the football bandwagon, we knew core fans would feel neglected. So we introduced a second campaign, Socceroos Letters, as the next evolution of the Made in the Hyundai A-League campaign. We hand-delivered personal and heartfelt letters from the Socceroos to mentors back home that had helped them on their journey from the Hyundai A-League to the FIFA World Cup.
Humbled and honoured. Humbled and honoured.
As the longest-standing sponsor in Australian football from top to bottom, we were the only brand that could tell these stories credibly. We captured the moment the letters were read out by the mentors, which led to some incredibly emotional moments. We launched the campaign with a 30-second TVC and encouraged fans to go online to watch the 5 long-form individual stories hosted on our website. 3 of the stories were turned into 60-second commercials, aired in the last ad break prior to the Socceroos' 3 World Cup matches. These authentically emotional stories prompted feedback and comments that blew us away. Social sentiment was unrivaled, and some of the game's most influential football figures shared our content, including some of the Socceroos in Russia. It even prompted kids to write their own letters of thanks to their grassroots coaches. And the marketing industry recognised our efforts with an unprompted nomination by Mumbrella for June's Ad of the Month, up against million-dollar ads like TAB and Amazon. Our World Cup didn't just stop with these two campaigns. We let World Cup fever take over other areas of the business as well. Over 2,000 Australians visited dealerships through our Get Gold carded promotion, where we gave away 2 trips to the World Cup final and over 1,000 Hyundai A-League tickets. We encouraged dealers to dress up their dealerships with football-themed toolkits. We wrapped our Sydney head office with FIFA graphics and integrated FIFA IP across all our advertising from April to July. We also took over Hyundai Australia's social media channels in June. One single reactive tweet even went viral, receiving over 10,000 retweets, 14,000 likes, and generating 1.7 million impressions. By July the 16th, France weren't the only team celebrating a triumphant World Cup campaign. Hyundai Australia had huge success as well. Post-event research proved this World Cup was our most successful sponsorship leverage to date. Recall of both our lead campaigns were the highest we've had for a campaign in Australia. Total campaign engagements surpassed 2.6 million, and we had 15,400 new fans join our football database. And most importantly, what did this do for us as a brand? Our primary goal was to convert potential Aussie car buyers who are indifferent to our brand into considerers. And we succeeded. We reduced the total number of those indifferent to us by a huge 4.7% across all fan types. And amongst the bandwagon audience, we increased the number of purchase considerers by 7.1%, more than doubling our KPI. It was a fantastic few months helping Aussies fall in love with our favourite code. Bring on the new Hyundai A-League season and the next 4 years on the road to Qatar 2022.